All right, welcome to this month's episode of No Budget, the film for filmmakers with no budget, by filmmakers with no budget. I'm the excellent Milo Dennison. Joining me, as usual, is the almost excellent Adrian Heffernan. And this month, we have the soon-to-be excellent Claire Milan.
Hello, guys. How are you doing?
Welcome to the show, Claire.
Thank you, Milo. Thank you. Thank you, Adrian.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. So your background is actually in theatre mostly, right?
Yes,
Mhm.
I trained as an actor,
Mhm.
and I used to be a bit of a playwright, so I started writing scripts as well for a bit of film stuff. So I've transferred to the film industry
Nice.
from the theatre.
Because there's so
industry.
much more money.
There
in it for
is
no
potentially,
Mhm.
yes, yeah.
Yeah. I hear that happens a lot, actually.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So how the show works is usually we kind of have some kind of topic or subject or whatever that we want to talk about. And I will go first this month.
Oh, lovely.
Thank
Okay.
you.
What
Excellent.
exciting.
I'm
Okay.
usually nice and let one of the
Oh
other guys
yeah,
go
okay.
first.
I
But,
trust you.
He's
yeah.
not really.
Is he not?
So,
No.
whatever.
Okay.
So I want to talk about a film called El Luchetto. Il Luchetto?
It's so funny that he picked something with a foreign name.
Yes.
Such issues with names. It's unbelievable. Like,
And you can't even pronounce it.
No.
It's
Yes.
terrible, yeah.
It's Italian.
Mhm.
And translated The Padlock. So this is a film that was made a few years ago, actually. And it's kind of, I just recently saw it. Unfortunately, I saw it like 6 times in a row, unintentionally. But it's a comedy short. It's about 2 minutes long. There's no dialogue in it, which is shows that you can make something entertaining without
Show
worrying
don't
having
tell kind of, yeah.
exactly. And basically, the concept is kind of a little man and woman, love scene in Italy with, they do the little padlock on the bridge thing, and it's great. It's written and directed by Ettore Nicoletti, which I probably totally mispronounced. Sorry. Sorry, Ettore. He wrote, directed, starred. Yeah, I did most of it.
okay.
Yeah, he did have somebody else do the camera work because it did have those nice kind of slow glide shots.
So he was the actor in that as well.
He was the actor,
Ah,
yeah.
okay. Yeah.
But the reason why I wanted to talk about it on the show, besides the fact that it was in a festival that our Man in the Shadows, Cahal, had a film in, and El Luchetto got shortlisted, whereas Cahal's film did not get shortlisted.
Oh.
I just kind of I like the fact that it's really short and it still tells a story. It has multiple locations without being too big or too much. It doesn't rely on dialogue. It just relies on the characters and the interactions between the two and their facial expressions that I just thought made it a really
The quality of it is
Mhm.
fantastic. I mean, it looks like a commercial when it
It
starts.
does.
You
Yeah.
know, it could be a commercial for a car. Like it's beautifully shot.
Or a padlock company.
Or a padlock.
Yeah.
It really is beautifully shot, beautifully styled. Like the choice of every location is fantastic. Even the fire, her dress, everything is just exactly how it should be. So
I
I'd
love-
say
yeah.
there was a lot of work put into
Oh,
it.
absolutely. In the colours. Like, what stood out for me with the colours, I love the tracking shot and different scenes as well. So it had a lovely flow to it, didn't it?
Yeah,
Really
yeah.
nice.
That's the thing. Yeah, each one just kind of had this nice little flow.
The
right into
music's
the next
great
one.
with
The music
the
was really
soft-
Yeah, I made a note of the music. It was actually Alredo Nuti del Pardon and Fabio Tosia.
Why even bother?
Yeah.
Let's just put that up on screen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How would you pronounce that?
Where is it? Oh, Alredo Nuti del Portoni.
See?
That's
Yeah, it's quite hard,
We
actually,
crucify
and
it twice and that
Fabio
makes it
Tosi.
okay.
Yeah, sorry with my accent. But yeah.
Damn it, yeah, it was great though. So we'll throw a link, and if people want to watch it, it's up on YouTube and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
brilliant, yeah.
Cool. What do you got?
I just wanted to talk about, this kind of iPhoneography, iPhone videography, Can you really make a short film with an iPhone? Because Tangerine recently, didn't that win an award in Cannes? And that was all shot on an iPhone?
Oh, I thought it was like South by Southwest, but maybe it was Cannes. I don't know.
Oh, maybe it was that by Southwest.
Does anybody know?
Yeah.
Was it Sundance?
Tangerine recently won an award at a festival. And I just wanted to, is that a viable way to make your movie? Do you really need a DSLR? Or is your camera phone just as viable an option?
I think my theory on this is I think you still need some nicer equipment. It was nice that they did it, but I think it's more of a look what you can do kind of film and look at the novelty of it. So let's give it an award kind of a thing. More so than that's going to be something of the future. I mean, that's
So you're not going to sell a 5D and just.
yeah, I'm not getting rid of the 5D and switching to my
okay, yeah.
you know Nokia.
Yeah, I kind of unfortunately I feel kind of the same. I think if you're going to use your iPhone or your smartphone, I think you're going to need to buy so much kit to stabilize it and all of that.
But for someone like myself, like a novice filmmaker,
yes.
it'd be brilliant because I could make little short film just by myself. So I don't know much about all these cameras. So for someone like myself, it'd be really good.
Yeah,
That is
and they
very
make-
entry
yeah.
into it. means you can just do it and you don't kind of
Yeah.
you need to splash out loads of money and you don't need to kind of go and spend ages finding out about aperture and all this rubbish.
Which
You
I
just
don't
kind of go, yay! And
Exactly.
some of the images you get off phones now
Yeah.
is shockingly good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
And I have an iPad and I shot film on that, novice filmmaker,
Yes.
and I've edited an iMovie and
And how
well, it's harder now with lighting. That's only the problem I find, But it is for someone like myself, a novice filmmaker. It is terrific as a starting point. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they make stabilizers that you can attach to your phones and iPads and stuff like that to help out. And absolutely, in the day even before us or as us, I don't know, roughly the same age, as kids, I mean, this wasn't an option. So you'd hope that you could get access to like a VHS camera or Super 8 a little before us, I think. But the point being is, if you wanted to start off making films at a young age, it was much more difficult to get equipment. And now,
and there was
can
as
do
you
it
were
on your
shooting,
phone.
it was costing you money.
Absolutely.
You were running a tape. It was like you could see the dollars or the euros going up in the corner. You know,
Yeah.
it was expensive.
And you know what's great as well? You can download apps. Like I downloaded a silent film app for my iPads, and you can create a silent film. So I created a small little film when I was bored one day, and it's so simple. And you can download for green screen as well.
nice.
So it's something I want to explore in the future.
Some of the apps that are coming out now are just incredible.
It's amazing.
I wonder
yeah.
how quickly is there going to be apps where you can kind of grade and give a real look to your
Oh,
footage.
sure.
You know, I'm surprised that I haven't seen that already. That kind of you can maybe give it a 1970s feel or different filmic looks.
I love that statement though. I was bored, so I made a film.
I do. That's what I do.
But that's
yeah.
that's
Got my iPad out,
I
made a
love
film.
that.
It's funny because I was looking for attachments for my iPad. Like I was looking for lenses and little, and I searched everywhere in Dublin and Ireland, and you cannot get them. You can get them in America, but it's like import duty.
America.
So, yeah. So I actually asked in a shop in Dublin, and it would cost a fortune to import it. So I asked him, please, can you actually get these things in so I can actually start making films? Yeah, you can get attachments. And
Can you not buy any of
Yeah.
that stuff on Amazon?
It's only in America. Some American guy made it through a Kickstarter campaign. And it's something actually I must find out more about. And
Oh, she's
discuss
definitely
it.
put a link to that if we can
Yeah,
find out
I
something
really,
about
and
that.
I think it'd be just terrific. I said to the guy in the shop, there'd be such demand for this.
Yeah.
Because you can get like little light attachment and a lens and just even a thing to hold it.
Perfect.
And you cannot get them anywhere. I went through Amazon, and apparently it's through a Kickstarter campaign. This guy invented this thing. So
That's cool.
yeah, we should put a
Very
link to that.
interesting.
So
Yeah,
that's
we
what
should.
we should do.
Very
Yeah.
Well, editor.
Yeah.
God
So
damn
this is
it.
what you have to do.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's great, and it does kind of
Yeah.
suck that it is hard to get access to some of this
Yeah.
stuff. That's here in Ireland. I mean, the States because it's huge. I would imagine. I don't know about the UK, maybe if you could get something.
I tried.
No, you didn't try there?
I looked up there as well. Again, this is an American invention,
Yeah.
and it sounds so simple. You know, it's amazing. No one in Ireland. Well, maybe they have.
Yeah.
I haven't found it. You know.
Somebody in Ireland needs to start importing these and make some money.
So what's our next topic going to be then?
Let's talk about fake film festivals.
Fake film festivals.
Fake film. We won't make you come with the topic because we didn't tell you in advance. but it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, fake film festival, because this is something that's been all over Facebook recently with various people, and I don't know if it's been in the news, but it's certainly seen it on Facebook and other social networks of basically people setting up film festivals in order to get people to submit films to their film festival, pay the entry fee, and then they never have the film.
disappear.
Yeah.
They're just so scandalous.
Oh, totally. Yeah. The one I know of is, I think it was called like Joe Wheeler's Grindhouse. Is that right? Joe Wheeler's Grindhouse? Yeah. Yeah. And it was that scenario that assuming Joe Wheeler's a real person, and not a.
We might. I mean, if he is,
Yeah.
maybe we'll
If
have
he
him on
is,
next
yeah.
week.
Yeah, we should.
Joe, if you're out there and watching
So,
the show,
Joe, what do you know?
come on the show, and well, maybe it was a legitimate film festival and something happened that potentially caused it. But the story is, even like up until the day that this festival was supposed to start, this website wasn't really properly set up, any of that kind of stuff, and I think it kind of feeds on people's desire to be a filmmaker. Now, as we were talking earlier, it's so easy to get your phone and make a film, and you want to do something with it. And we see film festivals everywhere now. So how do you find like a good one versus? Oh, did a light bulb just burn out?
It would appear so.
Oh, well, we'll just keep going. So, what do you think? What do you think on this, Claire?
It's actually something I've been looking into recently, and I find it quite frightening. Even hearing that there's a fake film festival. There's been a lot of stuff about production companies, doing things that they shouldn't, fundraising and then disappearing with money, and it's something that is quite scary. And people new to the film industry who are desperate to get their films out there, being taken advantage of, and it's something I'm now hyper aware of. So it can easily happen to anyone. Happen to anyone, So
I mean,
how do you
I was
avoid
even
it?
surprised at you saying like they didn't have a website set up, because it'd be so easy to throw a website up, nick some lovely kind of trophy shot of somebody,
Yeah.
last year's entrance, and you could so easily fake it. And
Now in its 5th year, that kind of stuff.
And you're so right. We all kind of desperately want to kind of, if you're making stuff, you want to enter it somewhere. And if it's, 10 or 15 euros, you go, oh yeah, sure. And if they get enough of them, they've made a tidy little
They
sum,
have.
But it's terrible to think that'll kind of make people not engage with genuine
Oh, absolutely.
festivals.
Apparently, our light's got a short.
We've got a poltergeist or something.
But even people starting off as actors in the acting industry, it's quite frightening as well. The actors been taken advantage of. Saying they'll promise them that a certain A-list actor is involved in this film and they want to be a part of it, and that has happened. And these people, they keep reinventing themselves, and it's very scary, very, very scary.
So how do you deal with it? Because obviously a lot of new filmmakers making smaller projects aren't going to start submitting their films to Sundance and Cannes or anything like that. And so maybe they want to submit it to something more local or smaller. How do you tell the difference? How do you know?
I suppose you just have to rely on kind of submitting it to something that has some kind of reputation, even if it's just a local reputation.
Absolutely.
Talk to other filmmakers who've kind of been around a little bit longer and see if they've submitted to it. And
yeah, definitely I would go with talk to other filmmakers. For me, I would probably, if in doubt, you could potentially look the people up that are involved in the festival, right? So now there's so much information online about people. You can look up their LinkedIn profile, or
if you Google somebody and they don't exist,
then
Yes,
you
that's
know
a
there's
bad
an issue.
sign.
Exactly.
Yeah, and if they're saying that they're involved in a filmmaking festival and they don't have kind of, the way your Facebook profile, you can see how long somebody's been around as well. It's like, you only posted 3 months ago for the first time. You're not a real person.
Although one thing I'd be worried about is maybe a production company that has a bad website and they are legit.
So who?
Say a production company that has a bad website and they might be legit, but they mightn't. It could be just that their website isn't good.
What's
People
that
might
say
think
about the production company?
exactly. But it's just maybe they could get caught up in this by an accident, or people could name and shame when they shouldn't. So there's kind of a fine line. Obviously, in the industry is very small, so people know people through word of mouth as well. Just asking people, is this legit? Have you worked with this person? It's just through that, through Facebook. I know there's a bogus filmmaking page. People post up stuff, on it as well. Yeah, there's a bogus about filmmakers and people who got caught up.
You
in
look like
scams.
you're really struggling here not to say specific names
But,
about filmmakers and.
I called somebody out by name.
No, I won't.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying there is a website.
I think I know the name you're thinking of.
There is a website, but you would be afraid if you're a filmmaker starting out and maybe you're new, but you have a good reputation. that okay, you maybe might have a bad website, and people might think
Yeah.
that you aren't legit, or people might have a grievance against you for some simple
Actually,
reason.
do you know something
That's
though?
a problem.
Yeah,
Yeah, if somebody's
so
got a
that's
grievance
If
okay.
people
against you.
are, you know, like if somebody wants you to work with them and they're asking you to pay, you know, if you have to give, you know what I mean? There's something broken about
There
that.
is.
But I remember model agencies years ago kind of
Oh, yeah.
asking girls to pay to be on the books. It's like, that's not the way this should work.
Yeah.
No.
Do you know what I mean? And there's something broken about that already.
Really?
See,
Yeah.
you know, if it quacks and it walks like a duck, it's probably a
And
duck.
that has
you know?
happened, and is happening, and
Yeah.
people are reinventing themselves, and more people are getting caught up in these scams,
Yeah.
and it's extremely frightening.
Yeah.
And it's often young actors
Yes,
and
of
new
course.
actors.
Yeah, you're a little bit
Don't
naive.
know.
You don't know how the
Yeah.
industry works. You
Exactly.
think maybe I should pay this company,
Yeah.
you know, €100 to keep me on their books
Yeah.
because they're working with Robert De Niro next week. You
Yeah,
know,
and they might lump a name on, which has happened. They lump an A-list actor on,
Yeah.
and they go to a hotel and have these massive auditions.
Mhm.
But it isn't. It's a scam, you know. So it's frightening. It's
Yeah.
very scary.
No, it
yeah.
is. So, okay, so name one piece of advice that you'd say to our audience in order to try not to be scammed by one of these festivals that's not legit. I'd go with, if they've got information on about previous films, look up those previous films and potentially contact the people, make sure it's actually a legitimate film, that kind of stuff. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's really good as well. Also, even contact maybe the Irish Film Board, or just to ask them, listen, are these people legit? Do you know about these people? And just through word of mouth as well, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think if people are asking you to pay,
That's
you know, it's a really bad sign. You know, if you're an
Yeah.
actor,
Well, but a film,
or if you're a
we're done, yeah, but a
cameraman,
film festival, you have to
film
You do have
festivals,
to
yeah,
pay
you
to
do
enter.
have to pay, and in that case, you
Yeah.
just need to see if they've got any pedigree or history.
Yeah.
But with some of these other things,
Oh yeah, the acting thing.
Yeah.
That's very
That's-
important. Actors,
Yeah.
if an agent says that you need to pay them up front, don't.
yeah,
Mhm. They get paid on a commission.
they
when
should
get
be
you a
getting
job.
you money.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, I think we had some really interesting conversations today. Awesome. Thank you for joining us on the show,
thank you.
Claire.
Great to have you.
I
Thank
know.
you so much, guys.
Clearly
Yeah.
going to be a regular on the show,
Oh,
kind of
okay.
balance it out a little.
Yeah.
Well, like,
Yeah.
if anybody watching, they're probably like, "This is always guys," and we actually
Yeah.
a large portion of our crew is usually women.
Oh.
And then, but for some reason, it always seems to be 3 guys in camera.
So it's more gender balance.
It is.
it
It is
now?
very, I
Yeah.
think it's a very gender balanced show. Like overall. Mm-hmm.
So am I the first female presenter on this show?
Yeah, so
You
it's a lot more
are.
gender
Right,
balanced
okay.
as of today.
Oh, brilliant. I'm delighted. Thank
But we
you.
have had female guests on.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. As usual, we end the show with the typical YouTube crap that people say, which is
Please like and
subscribe to our channel.
subscribe.
Subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Tell your friends to subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Once you subscribe, don't unsubscribe.
Share it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch. Create a playlist of our shows and just put them on repeat to get the count up. And we have a Facebook page now. Or we've had a Facebook page.
We've had
Yeah,
that for a while, haven't we?
That'll be in the show notes, and we're going to start
Tweeting?
No, we're definitely not tweeting. But we're gonna basically
Tweeting.
a week in advance of
Yes.
when we film, we're going to post who the guest is. So if anybody watching has something that they want us to bring up to that particular guest, they can.
That is a great idea.
It is a great
It's a really
idea.
good idea,
Mhm.
actually. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for being here.
Pleasure as always.
Yeah.
Talk to you later.